Yeah, he have potential. He have a lot of skills. He have a lot of potential to be one of the biggest star in boxing.
Do you think it's like a mental thing when you have all that pressure and you go in there and you get like, some would say you got like embarrassed kind of?
It's hard. It's obviously it's hard. But,
I mean, that was a big fight for him to take too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they could have both dodged
Do you
that.
think
for a
that it
while.
was too early to take that fight, or do you think it was
no,
smart?
what I think he need to do is take that loss and learn from that loss.
He's young. He's still growing.
Right.
He's still learning.
Now,
It's no different from in the past. You'll see, Ryan. I mean, in the past, I've said certain things. Not really. You know, young fighters will take the wrong way when you say certain things sometimes.
right.
Even like a while back when it's called divide and conquer. When I talked about like YouTube, I wasn't talking. I said, listen.
I don't cry about you.
I'm saying if that was his hustle, if he got a lot of followers from wherever he got them from, that's his hustle.
Right.
And he's supposed to say, yo, you can't knock my hustle no matter where I got him from.
Right.
I wish things would just be held accountable and just held by the rules, just so there's a standard. I'm not hating on the fight because I actually think Ryan Garcia knocks out Barrios. Barrios is horrible as a champion, maybe the worst champion I've ever seen in my life.
Boxing pros are predicting an exciting clash between Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. Many expect a highly competitive fight, with the outcome likely decided in the later rounds, keeping fans on edge until the final bell.
Expected for Ryan and Barrios. You know, you beat Ryan recently. Dan was very outspoken about how he looked bad in that fight. What kind of Ryan do we expect coming into that fight versus Mario Barrios?
I don't know. What are you guys all expecting?
You know, there's something that keeps on saying, and I kind of agree to it, that we're uncertain what kind of Ryan we're going to get, right? Like what kind of, how's he going to see him come into the fight? Conor Ben said that. I've said that we don't know what to expect, what kind of Ryan. If we get a Ryan, obviously focus and training, he could be a good fight versus Barrios. So what do you think?
I don't know what I think. You know, like I said,
Gotta give me something, Rolly.
I tell you, for all we know, he might still have PTSD from me.
Think so?
Yeah.
Would you come out on a stream with him? Because now he's streaming. Would you be on a stream with Ryan?
Oh, sounds like the bank account's running dry.
Garcia possesses exceptional hand speed, arguably among the fastest in boxing today, and his left hook remains a legitimate knockout weapon that has ended multiple fights in dramatic fashion.
Wins. So, like, what would be the reason? Like, would you say speed, power, timing, or IQ?
I think speed, power. Ryan's a great fighter when he seems to be all together. But in all honesty, he shouldn't be fighting for a world title again. It just lost. And now he's fighting for a world title.
So would you say that, so do you like this fight for Ryan right now? Yes or no? You basically just...
I mean, if I was on his team, yeah, I would love it. But
for you.
if I'm not on his team, I mean, I'm just being honest. He should not be fighting for a world title. And he's just coming off a loss. But the reality is what I said before. Social media is the reason why. Because Mario Barrios, even though he's a champion, he needs Ryan Garcia to get a big payday.
Hackett has openly questioned Ryan Garcia's readiness for his fight with Mario Barrios, suggesting that Garcia's focus and preparation may not be where they need to be. He described the matchup as a 50-50 fight, emphasizing that Garcia will need more than just his famous left hook to win, while raising concerns about his discipline and commitment. Heading into the bout,
in Barrios is actually a good fight, because when have we seen Ryan in the ring with somebody his height? You know what I'm saying? So I think we're looking at a real boxing match. Could he overwhelm Barrios? Yeah, but where is he mentally? Ryan Garcia has been spending time with YouTubers and streamers and like that. He ain't really been training. So what type of Ryan are we getting? I mean, are we gonna get the front runner Ryan who go in there and try his best for 2-3 rounds and then bullshit for the rest of the fight? Or is we gonna get a full Ryan that's really trying to go in there and do damage? Barrios, at the same time, he questions himself at times, and I think that's his biggest downfall. He get in that ring and sometimes he questions his own abilities. So therefore, that could either make for a great fight, or it could be a bullshit fight.
Trainer Robert Garcia believes. This is a strong stylistic matchup for Ryan Garcia and says he has the skills, power, and speed to defeat Mario Barrios. However, he also acknowledged concerns regarding Ryan's preparation and overall training situation.
A good matchup for Ryan. I think Ryan has the skills, the power, the speed to actually go and become champion. But there's a few things that I see that might not be in his favor. And look, Barrios is dedicated. I know him. He's actually a good friend, a good person. And they chose him because they think Ryan has everything it takes to become champion, to become the world heavyweight champion, because they're already planning on huge fights with Devin Haney and whatever out there for.
He pointed out that Ryan's decision to leave world-class trainers such as Eddie Reynoso, Joe Goossen, and Derek James to train with his father could prove to be a disadvantage, even though he still believes the fight makes sense for Ryan's career path.
The fact that Ryan, has gone through 3 top trainers that would have done a great job, Eddie Reynoso, Joe Goossen, and Derek James.
Correct.
And he's not training with neither of them. He's training with his dad, which I'm not saying the dad is not, the dad brought him through the amateurs, but when he left his dad or went to seek a different trainer, before he came back to that, he went through 3 different trainers.
Wow.
That means all 3 are not good enough to, they're all 3 are the best in the world.
Here's the question. Did Ryan Garcia ever allow those trainers to be the boss?
That's why he's back with his dad, because he's the boss. That's why.
Yeah.
Look, Joe Goossen, I know Joe Goossen. My brother used to train with him. He's not gonna just let you get away with stuff like that. Derek James shouldn't either. Eddie Reynoso doesn't need. He's made so much money with Canelo that if you want to come to me, it's gonna be under my rules. And if that didn't work, then Ryan's back. So that's I give that big advantage to.
Brian Garcia's coaching background has also been discussed, noting that he previously worked under Joe Goossen before Ryan trained with other coaches and eventually his father. Goossen, now training Mario Barrios, adds a personal dynamic to the matchup because he understands Garcia's strengths, weaknesses, and tendencies.
This is an interesting dynamic in this fight. Ryan Garcia, when he was coming up through the amateurs, it was mostly him and his dad going to tournaments and Ryan learning there. But when he got to Los Angeles, he got to work with Joe Goossen at 10 Goose Gym. And this was around, I think, the time where Ryan was 17 years old, and Joe ended up being his coach for a while. Ryan ended up leaving, going to work with Canelo, then going to work with Derek James, then coming back to Joe for a little bit. And I think now he's just trained by his dad for this fight. So there's been a lot of back and forth for this fight because now Joe Goossen is training Mario Barrios, who previously had worked with Bob Santos for the last couple of fights. But the dynamic being Joe Goossen knows everything probably there is to know about Ryan Garcia from training him for so long. Garcia knows everything there is to know about Joe, or at least how Joe coaches, what he's going to try to look to implement with Barrios toward Ryan Garcia. It's both guys knowing their biggest secrets, they're knowing their greatest weapons and how to prepare for each. It's going to be a bit of a chess.
At the press conference, that tension became visible through a playful yet pointed exchange between Garcia and Goossen, adding extra motivation for Ryan while creating additional drama and storyline intrigue leading up to the fight.
I first found out that Joe was going to go ahead and train Mario Barrios. I was taken back. I'm not going to lie. I was thinking, well, what the heck's going on here? Why would a coach that trained my son all of a sudden turn around and train somebody else to go against my son? He told me a while back that he's done this in the past. He would train someone, then later on he would go against them. Again, I think it's not right, but maybe it's something he has to prove, or it's just an ego thing. But I also remember that he told me specifically that when Ryan is 100%, no one can beat him. And I'm going to tell you this right now.